are some parts of the poem that is relevant. Yeah. I'm still part of the baby boom. And in those days, the government had to limit the number of children rather than now encouraging people to have more children.
It reminds me of those days, the kampong where you're staying on the sheds versus today the HDB. You're talking about highlight stories, walk all the way up and hoping that lift doesn't spoil. It's probably a problem.
Yes, definitely. When I was small, I live in a so-called kampong, and there are different races, and there were not fencings around them. I could run from one house to the other, and now looking back, those were the happiest time of my time, because now everybody live in a high-rise, that the doors are closed. When you're inside the flat, like one of my nieces ever said when she came to stay with me in the flat, and she went back to her mother, and she said, Aunt's house is like a prison, because even at the balcony, we put on grills because we're so afraid that maybe people may just climb over our house. But when last time in the kampong, the doors are always left open. In any time, people could just walk into the house and say hello, and you are not afraid of like, oh, are you the strangers?
Yes, to some extent. How we lived in the kampong life compared to today. You're all secluded, do not know your neighbors, don't mix that much with your neighbors. Like those days, we mix around with the neighbors very well, morning, afternoon, night, playing games, eating together, etc.
Pencil in a school. Pencil in a school was a great reminder because we all need to remember to bring our sharpeners. Those days you can learn your driving. I say illegally because you don't. You can learn driving from your father because you still have a lot of isolated roads. Now the roads are all busy everywhere. It's very difficult to even learn to drive in parking lots. There are maybe 2-3 paragraphs that are not relevant, being from a person who came here and had to go back. But the other 2-3 paragraphs very well reflect our past.
It reminds of those days when my father used to work for Air Force as a driver, slogging himself from morning to evening, right, and taking directions from them. And they were the superiors, right? You have to bend down and take instructions from them. Against today, it's different ballgame. We're all together, working together among different races, different religions, different people, and we're all smiling.
Well, it sort of reminds me when I was small, as a little girl, I used to live in a kampong where there are different races, all living nearby as neighbors, and we always enjoy our company. My brothers and I used to go to this big drain we call longkang in Malay, and we used to catch fishes, and we used to catch spiders, and we used to hang around with the neighbors' kids, and we always play together, or we play masak-masak, meaning that we cut some leaves from the trees or some flowers from the trees, then we use small plates to cut into pieces, and we pretend we do cooking, and we feed each other. Nowadays, the children don't even have such privileges, so I call, because they always now just play on their computer games or toys. When we were young, we never had much toys to play with. We actually blend so well with the nature, and we enjoy the sunshine and the raindrops, and we will run wild in the garden and in the open field. And now everybody just coop up in one little high-rise HDB flat.
Several times it's saying my country and my people, which is the title of the poem. The feeling of the patriotic feeling used to be stronger than now. Because here nowadays we see a lot of foreign people coming in, people from India, China, and it makes us feel less patriotic somehow, being amongst foreigners.
Well, when I used to live in my own hometown in a kampong, there are trees, there's so much greenery around. But now, when you look out, when the authority, they want to widen the road, they just chop the trees away and then make the road wider for more cars, and then that's not very good for the environment, is it?